Good evening, everybody. How you doing? I'm Andy Vitale, host of My Fight Our War and co-host of Music and Mayhem with my brother Skylar Ray. And this is usually Wednesday when we fire this baby up with my brother and Skylar Ray. But, excuse me, I'm just finished up sharing this around a little bit here. We are not going to have that tonight. No Music and Mayhem, no Skylar Ray, because he's busy with Kayla and Kalichi doing some performing, and don't have the info in front of me where they're going to be, but I tell you what, hopefully you're one of the ones that are able to get out there and to check out their show, because as you know, it's going to be amazing. So you are stuck with me, OG, and Wonder Dog Susie whenever she decides to make her appearance.
Sit down, Susie, right now.
But welcome to another Wednesday, and Ash Wednesday for all those who are what's the word I'm looking for? Recognize Catholic Ash Wednesday policy. And all those. Right now, there's just so much going on right now. There's like 10 different things we're juggling around. Yep. Before we just came on.
Yes.
And we're going to be getting into that as well. But
hello.
Are you ready? Or
yes, I'm ready.
No, wait.
For my appearance,
we got to get that. Do that again.
What?
There,
for my appearance?
Yeah. Yes, I'm ready now. She's ready. She's like, you got to get my good side.
And
Amber Lynn.
Hi, Amber. Literally, I'm sitting on Susie. She won't move.
That's her chair.
Well, she's got to share it with me.
What up, Amber? How you doing? We are going nuts here, and just, it's just another day. This is a typical Music and Mayhem, My Fight Our War, Manny Vitale, what the going on kind of day.
Mayhem kind of day.
AKA trouble.
Uh-huh.
I've been called a lot of things, and that's one of them. But we do have a lot going on, man, and we are actually heading back on the road. Well, not on the road. We're heading back in the air. We are heading back into the air the end of the month, off to New York again to see all the friends at White Plain and all four gates at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see my friends over at TSA, and then work my way over to the gift shop with them, and then over from there to luggage, and then I get to help them clean the windows and check the tires on the plane. Only four gates, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. They're good people.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously, we are heading back out. We weren't sure when we were heading back out again, but I want to give a huge shout out to Coach Tony Morrissey. Just an amazing person, amazing man.
And I have the shirt on.
And yep, you can see right there, the Brian Cody Brothers and Sisters Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And just like I said, Coach and his wife Mimi and their kids, the community, everyone is just absolutely amazing. I had the privilege and the honor of having Coach on our show, and about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was, you talk about
wonderful.
Intense. The passion, the caring, the love, the sorrow, the anger, everything, every emotion that comes along with loss, addiction,
losing a child.
I mean, it was all there, and God bless them, and God bless everybody, anyone who's had to go through that,
Mm-hmm.
and especially, I'm not anyone, but when I don't have any kids, but they always
Loss
share
is
you should. To lose a child
Mm-hmm.
is something that is just absolutely terrible. To lose anybody, but the child is So God bless Coach. But with all these tragedies and the things that have happened, positive things have happened from that, and that is meeting all of you, Amber, Ty. How you doing, Ty? Jacqueline, I am so glad to see you guys. Ty, we definitely got to get together, man. You've got so much going on, so many different releases, all the music you got happening, um, your posts and everything you have. There was the stuff with, I saw with King Handsome. I know he's got stuff going on as well. And like I said, it's just been a mad juggling act, but one that, you know what, that's a good thing because that means we're doing stuff right here because we're actually part of all these different credible events, amazing people, foundations, artists, singers, as you, Ty, and King Handsome, Skylar Ray, Kayla, Kalichi, Benjamin Lerner, Matt Keegan, and the list goes
You
on.
know
and
a
on
lot
and
of
on.
talented people, don't you?
I do,
Woo!
and I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah. Well, this is
all of you
family.
right
That's even
there.
more important.
You know what, Ty, I'm really looking forward to it. What we will do is today's still Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
It's still Wednesday. And we just finally got a bunch of the chaos and madness, which
Ooh.
is Manny Vitale, kind of in order here, thanks to OG and her organizational skills. We are flying out to White Plain, New York, the end of the month
Mhm.
for our ritual little getaway to our studio in Danbury. Oh, I can't say that anymore. Where are we going?
Ridgefield.
Ridgefield. We're off to Ridgefield.
Well, that's actually where the studio actually is.
Yes. Oh, Manny Vitale, I never did ask you, but your pimp suit getting at all the my
Huh?
pimp what?
You talking
Getting
about
at
that
all the
coat?
airport the other day. Oh, you talking about my jacket? What are you talking about? You talking about the airport? TSA love me, man.
Oh, honey.
Oh, TSA loves
See,
me.
here he comes.
Oh man, I
Let's
go
feel
walking
his
through
nuts.
there, and I swear to God, now it's every 6 weeks. So obviously, it's like I don't know them by, it's not like they're old buddies or anything like that. But you get used to seeing the same people. You kind of my one
Oh, they nod.
in
Yeah.
White Plain, she's
Mhm.
amazing. She's like, hey, she's like, she points at me. We started chatting. She goes, I know you. And we started talking. But TSA definitely
Remembers you.
remembered me. And it came from day one when I went there. And of course, you have to go through the metal detector or you go through the screening. If you go through the metal detector, and if you have any type of hardware in your body, it will go off and you will be asked to step aside and the
Mhm.
wand and then the pat down ensues.
Mhm.
Well, when you're me, the first day, that first time, months
Honey.
ago, months and months ago when we went and started this amazing journey. Soon as I got to the opening, they're like, step in. I'm like, whoa. Yeah, I'm just giving you a heads up, man, to prepare to say, step aside, please step aside, kindly step aside, because I have my right knee, right hip, right shoulder have all been replaced. I've got a plate under my left eye. I've got 4 bolts in my left elbow. I've got 2 plates and 4 screws in my back.
Mm. Like a hardware
I've got
store
a
walking.
staple in my left shoulder, plates and screws in my left knee as well. So, that being said, I gave him a heads up, right? All those areas that I just mentioned, gave him, So, of course, when I walk through, they all kind of look at me. They look at the screen, look at me, and start laughing, which is followed by, sir, step aside.
Yeah.
And then this guy's like, yeah, you set off the scanner. I'm like, no shit.
Mhm.
I just spent the last half hour giving you the breakdown here of everywhere where I've got hardware in my body. Well, he then informs me that they have to do a pat down because the when you go through the scanner, it lights up. The area that lights up is the area they have to show special attention to.
Mhm.
My groin lit up. That's right, folks. My groin.
Ah.
He said, you set off the detector and your groin lit up and we have to check you out. And I was like, I bet it did.
Yeah.
I go, well, thank you very much.
That's what all the girls used to
So
tell
then
me.
it's just like, we can go in this private room over here. And I was like, I bet we could there, sweetheart.
Thank you.
I said, listen, I don't even know your name. You didn't ask me to dinner or nothing. No. You can do this pat down in front of everybody. People are laughing, and this dude's trying to be, serious as can be. He's like, I have the back of my hand. I will be touching you very professionally with the back of my hand. I go, I bet you will, sunshine. And no. And I go, first, aren't you going to ask me to dinner first or something? At least tell me your name. I'm Manny Vitale. I'm a Scorpio. I love long walks on the beach. I mean, come on, tell me about yourself before you start, give me this little pat down. So, I mean, other people are getting pissed off and shit going through the line. It's just like, you know what, folks, if that's the worst thing that happens to you,
Yeah.
be happy. So I enjoy going. I look forward to it. Then we got we had our normal guy at breakfast that we would see every time, who is no longer there because he got in a fight, punched some guy out.
Coworker.
So yeah, he's no longer there because every time we walk in, he's like, "Hey," he knew us. And
Jason.
Yep. At the restaurant there, and then of course, like I said, the other people we would do lives right from the airport. We used to do it with Skylar and Kayla, so we became airport buddies doing shows. But so the fun begins. It comes back again at the end of the month. We will be flying out 28th, 29th, 30th, and coming back to 31st. And
we'll have to go with some fresh dad jokes.
Oh, that's right. Because another time, the last time going through, it was a lot of people when we were taking off Friday morning. I mean, it was one of those you got to snake through the before you get up to the counter before your TSA. So of course, people just like to bitch. So we're standing there looking around, and people are like, take a half a step, put their luggage down, and I'm like, here I am cracking up. I'm laughing at every little thing. And all of a sudden, we're walking and we stop. And OG goes, do you know how much they charge Santa Claus for parking? No, nothing. It's on the house. So I started laughing. And all of a sudden, the guy that was on the other side of the little aisle going through, it was next to us. He looks over. He goes, I heard that one. I go, oh, did you now? So he keeps walking. So as we're snaking through the line to get up front, all of a sudden we meet again. I'm like, did you hear about this one? So I told him a joke. He starts laughing, and now we're stopping, and people are starting to get pissed, and they're like, we had to stop like 3 or 4 more times before we got up front. Each time he would tell a joke, I'd tell a joke. It was like ping pong. It got to the point that people around us actually started laughing and having fun too. So it's like, a good time. But we will be heading back the end of the month to do shows out there with our new family and friends with Coach Tony Morrissey and the Brian Cody Brothers and Sisters Foundation with our new friends out there. We've got Anna and Rick and Ethan and Mona and some of the other people who are going to be coming on. And this amazing, amazing family, this amazing foundation, and these incredible people that we are just now. As I'm getting into this very serious part, acknowledging everybody, of course.
Okay, but Jackie, read what Jackie wrote.
Go ahead.
She goes, and she can't forget the pilot with the seeing eye dog.
Oh, you like that, did you?
Yeah.
That's
refresh everybody's memory.
Thank you so much for bringing that up. That was it was a 3-hour delay.
Yeah.
It was terrible winds. In fact, that was the day that the plane from Toronto, the Delta flight, flipped over
that landed
on
in
its
Toronto
roof.
once.
Instead of you were coming in for a landing, wheels down, they landed wheels up on the roof. Yeah. And the guy next to us was nice enough to show us the picture as we're taking off. So I was like, whatever, because as soon as I sit on a plane, I just pass out. As soon as we go down the runway, wheels up, eyes down. That's for me. But so for Jacqueline, yes, we're sitting there, and first of all, it was like a 15-minute delay, and then it was a half-hour delay. Then it was it ended up being like 3.5-hour delay, and people were turning to such freaking assholes. These poor girls up front are just standing there, and they're updating the times, and they're trying to help people for connecting flights. And a couple guys were up there and just
so mean,
yelling at these poor girls, and I'm like. So I'm getting pissed. I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to calm down, and I'm just like, so I was about to walk up there.
Mr. Congeniality.
Yeah, in the old days it would have been different, but they left these poor girls alone, so I could see them kind of talking to each other, and all of a sudden they come back, and sure as shit, it gets delayed by another half hour. So I'm looking around, I'm waiting for Mr. Ass and Hole to come walking back up. So I go walking up, and they're just kind of looking at me because I had this weird look on my face. I just kind of walking up like they weren't sure if I was gonna what. So I said, I just want to say you guys are doing an amazing job. I said, for them to sit there and yell, and they were like, thank you so much. So I started kind of joking around with a little bit. They're laughing, and they're like, you know what, we really appreciate it. I go, hey, no problem. I go, but one thing I need to know. They're like, what's that? I go, when's our flight leaving? And they jump back, and they're like, shit. And then one leans over, she hits me. They started cracking up. The people around are looking because I yelled. And I look over, there's OG and this friend that we made sitting there just like, what the hell did he do now? Man, he's going to jail. And, but yeah, I had it. Yeah. But I remember, so this is still back to Jacqueline's story, was I came on, and I just love having fun. And so I do lives whenever, as you guys know. And so, OG doesn't even know what I'm going to say. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, our update is we're still late. We're still an hour behind now. Now we're 2 hours. Now we're 3 hours. And to let you know that the delay is because, security and everyone is trying to round up the pilot seeing eye dog who got away from the kennel. So until we can get the pilot seeing eye dog, we cannot take off. And
people are like, look,
because I'm talking just like I am right now. Yeah. I'm just giving the update, and that was the update. I'm sorry, but the flight's being delayed till we can get the pilot seeing eye dog. And all of a sudden, I can see people just going, the fuck? What did he just say? Because the whole time I'm serious as a heart attack. So Jacqueline, yes. It was Amber. Amber Lynn says, I just made her cat jump.
When you yelled.
When I yelled.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well.
It won't happen again. Yes, it will.
Yes, it will.
But anyways, let's see what's going on here.
Yeah. So traveling with Manny is an adventure.
Oh, I have.
Just saying.
I mean, everyone around is part of it, whether they want to be or not. I have a riot. Let's see. If there's trouble, Amber, trouble. Yep. There's Ty with her. Please check her out, man. Pearl Handle. Her music is absolutely incredible. One amazing, talented rapper. Check her out, please.
Yeah.
Ty Austin, Pearl Handle. And then, of course, we've got our friend Jacqueline, who's always putting her pictures down of shrimp gumbo, of everything else that looks so freaking amazing.
Good cook. And cousin Tony and Laura.
Amber.
So you got family on.
I've got
family.
We've got all of our family. We've got relatives on. We've got my cousin and Laura. So hello from Arizona, or hello from Detroit to you guys in Arizona. Skylar's ma, Stacy is on.
All right.
How you doing, Stacy? And that was funny, Jacqueline. I mean, see, I do shit like that all the time to the point where I forget I'm doing it until I look around first at Jesus going, really? Really? I mean, people are already nervous and shit. Now the seeing eye dog for the pilot, just like that one poor dude, man. I can't remember if it was this time flying out of Detroit.
It was flying. From Detroit to White Plains.
Yeah, we were.
That's poor boy.
Let's see if there's anything else here I missed. Made the cat jump. Amberlyn, Marie Anderson. Marie.
Who's Marie Anderson?
Well, it says Amberlyn. It says Amberlyn.
And then Marie Anderson.
Marie is that Marie from what's the name of their podcast? I don't want to say the wrong one, so
don't.
God knows I don't get. I mean, scattered blender brain.
No, but actually, you have an excellent memory.
When I can remember.
Well, I'll leave it at that.
Let's see. What was I saying?
You were looking for people. And
but after that, there was. We were about to go somewhere. Damn it!
The scared kid.
Oh, this poor guy. I mean, we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, we're at the terminal waiting,
Mm-hmm.
and I look because they've got all those of you fly know what I'm
chairs,
talking about.
yeah.
We're sitting there, chairs, and they face each other. So I'm sitting there. And I love people watching, man. I love it, especially these little kids.
And he makes comments
all
the
the time, all the time. And I'm usually not too rude, usually, but it's all in fun. In fact, the only one I'm usually making fun of is myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I love, man, these parents with these little freaking kids. It's just like, God bless you guys, man. No thanks. I'd rather have a couple tarantulas and snakes to wrangle instead. I mean, these kids are everywhere.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I look and here's the luggage and they got the rollers. And I look at his kids sitting on it, straddling it, passed out. And I'm like, what a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
And also I'm looking ahead and I see this bump and I'm like, so instead of oh, sir, watch out for the bump, I'm like, what's this? Hit that bump. Kid went sideways, going right over. Dad grabbed one hand, pulled her back up. She was fine. But yeah, so that was fun.
Kid.
Marie is on Ben's podcast a lot, and I think Josh. Okay, Marie. And was Amber got nice or not Josh, but Benjamin Lerner and Skylar Ray. My brothers, Benjamin and Skylar, who me and Skylar, we're getting everybody coming on the show. We've had Kalichi on, Matt Keegan on, Benjamin on, we've had King Handsome on, about to have Ty and Aaron All Nighter, and we've had DJ Bobby Boom on, and the list goes on, and they will be coming on as well.
It's fun.
Can't wait to have. I'm really looking forward to Ty coming on there. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to having Ty come on. So please check her out. Check out her page. Check out her Pearl handle, and support the local artists.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Tyler, Mr. MMA on, and I know you guys didn't see the announcement earlier. I'm probably wondering, that doesn't look like Skylar. That'd be you. You don't look like Skylar.
No, I know.
It's Wednesday.
Oh. I thought you already told him that Skylar's going to be on tomorrow.
I'm sure not everybody.
Oh, yes. Music and Mayhem is not Wednesday today.
Wait, Music and Mayhem
is not today.
Wednesday.
It's usually on Wednesdays.
For me being a guest on your show, I think you need to pick it up a little bit. Or else I may have to be a guest on other people's show. Because
Music and Mayhem is tomorrow night. There's been an adjustment, correct? Am I correct?
Carry on. It's your show.
No, it's going all right. Yeah. I got to talk to people here. You talk to them on the screen. I'm talking to them on my phone.
Well, God help them if you're talking to them the same way. I know. And for those of you who are wondering why I'm talking about being a guest on her show, is we had a little encounter at the restaurant, walking out, and I was at the register to pay, and she's like, "Oh, hold on a minute, I've got some people here, a couple that I know." And okay, so I'm waiting, and I can hear them talking back and forth, and I hear laughing and stuff, and afterwards she's walking up, and she said, "Oh, that's a couple that I know. I've known for a long time, friends of my son, going back and forth." And he said that when I walked by, that he recognized me. He goes, "Oh, I recognize that. Miss Lynn," he said to her. Yeah, I recognize that guy from being a guest on your show.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm very grateful and honored to be a guest on Miss Lynn's show. Mm-hmm. So,
you say Miss Lynn, they're not going to know who you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's her name,
OG.
by the way.
Yeah, Lynn
OG.
is actually my name, but that's
Felicity is in the house. And I appreciate all you guys watching, even though, Benjamin Lerner, hey, my brother, man, I tell you what, we still get so many positive comments and about your show, that when you were a guest on the show, I mean, your passion and intensity, the authentic, as authentic as they come, and just talking, we've got guests I've had on all walks of life, different platforms and everything. Mm-hmm. And God bless them, man. Some of them come on and it just, not quite everything that they said and like the pre-show stuff. And it's just like once the camera went to live, they were completely different person. And God bless them, whatever, it's okay. But when it comes to Benjamin, Lerner, when we went live, God bless you, man.
Ooh, he
You
took
coming
over the
on,
show. Ooh.
the people that you touched, and I tell you what, it was an honor to be here, man. Grateful beyond belief for your platform and the life saving work. But thank you so much, Benjamin Lerner, man. Everyone knows you. Everyone knows, and everything that you have done along the way, and not only that, man, but just talking and just acknowledging the people besides your music. Your music has touched so many people, and the stories that we've had from people. That's another thing. That's what I wanted to say is the messages that I was getting. They weren't just about you and or your music. I'm sorry about your music. It was about you as well, and just that's why I'm really, really looking forward to having you as a guest on our show, My Fight Our War, where people have time to tell their story with because Benjamin, as you know, man, with Music and Mayhem, it's about both. It's about the music and promoting the songs and the music and the videos, the upcoming events, where you're going to be. There's a lot of that going on. And of course, we're going to talk about recovery and stuff like that as well. But it's so condensed where like it all started with King Handsome when I had him come on because I got to know more about King Handsome through Skylar Ray, and his backstory was incredible.
Wow,
but everyone knows King Handsome from his music, and I was like, dude, if people when they get your backstory, they're gonna love you as much as I do and more, just from you, the person, and not just the music. And sure as shit, man, King Handsome came on My Fight Our War. We did about an hour and a half show, and it just lit up. So I know we talked Benjamin as along with like Kalichi and Matt Keegan and all them are coming back on. They were on Music and Mayhem, but they're coming on as well. My Fight Our War to tell their stories as well. Let's do it. Let's set it up. I got a long story, and I'm going to be. You know what, Benjamin? I tell you what, I am really looking forward to it. And the one thing I do as well is it doesn't matter to me who you are, what the title is, and all that. The total respect to tell your story and never rush. I've actually been a guest on a few shows way back when I first started, and it was kind of like, okay, well then what? And then what? They're just like, get to the good stuff. Get to the good stuff. Get to the part where you got shot.
Any bloody stuff.
Yeah, you get to the part where you got shot in the face. Get to the part where you got stabbed. It was like, okay. No, I'll never do that to anybody because it's the backstory. It's the real person telling real emotions. And so please keep an eye out. Benjamin, I will definitely hit you up with some dates. Actually, OG will be.
I'll reach out to you.
I'll send.
I'll message you.
Yeah, we will send it and get it set up. I know that your schedule is insane. And by the way, man, your music and you just keep kicking out hit after hit. You guys are insane with the talent and your message and the music. So please, everybody, Benjamin Lerner, support, listen to everything, not just the music. Listen to the message behind the music. Listen to the man. So thank you so much, man. I love you, brother. King Handsome, Skylar Ray, my brother, Skylar Ray. This all happened, a lot of this because of Skylar, actually. I reached out. Excuse me. I reached out to Skylar. Of course, seeing his videos, hearing him and Kayla. Oh, good God. I mean, her voice is just gold. And I told him and her, I said, you guys are just both amazing. I go, you're like a 1-2 punch. And I go, it doesn't matter who throws the first one, because if it's you coming out with your rapping and you're hitting, and all of a sudden you back out and here comes Kayla, it's just like, oh, man, you just grab people and you got them. And so I reached out to Skylar. I'm like, listen, dude, you don't know me. I sent him a message. I said, Manny Vitale, My Fight Our War. It'd be an honor to have you on. And, and you don't know who's going to call, who's not, at that time, I was really just getting going. And sure as shit, the next day he sends me a message. I'd love to do it. We talked before the show. We all go into the green room, and we talked for about, well, shit. Actually, it was over a half hour.
Oh yeah.
Me and Skylar. It was the first time we ever talked. We sat there, clicked it on. We're talking back and forth. It was like we've known each other forever. We start going back and forth, back and forth. All of a sudden, OG's like, guys,
7 o'clock. It's past
it
7
was
o'clock.
like, she goes, it's 5 after 7. Are you guys going to go live? I was like, oh shit. So we do an hour and a half show, and we still are going. And it's like, okay. So we end it, and afterwards we're in the green room again talking, and he's like, dude, he goes, I had such a good time. He goes, let's we got to do that again. He goes, this is the funnest I've had doing a show, during an interview, man. Because he said the same thing to me. He goes, you're just as authentic as this, as it comes when the cameras are off. And I go, I told you, what you see is what you get. And I go, and I totally agree. And I go, but I got an idea, because people were blowing up my phone messenger and texts saying how much they enjoyed that show. And they kept saying how our chemistry together and how we fed off each other. So I told him, I go, I got an idea. And I go, I'll call you tomorrow. So I called Skylar the next day, and we're still, boom, we're hitting it. And I go, we need to do our own show. He's like, you serious? I go, yeah. I already got our title. I go, Music and Mayhem. He's like, I'm in. Boom, done. And here we go.
And through him, you've met a lot of people.
Oh, like I said, Felicity, Ty, DJ Bobby Boom, King, Handsome, Aaron All-Nighter, everyone else who's coming on, and just getting it all lined up. Where else do we got? What?
Okay. Thank you, Amber Lynn. She says your assistant needs a raise.
Oh, I'm telling you. Oh, and this is just, well, I told her today, I go, you're going to get carpal tunnel, because the connections that were made today are huge in New York and in Connecticut. And I'm not even sure where else. And I had 5 different messages going at one time while she was taking care of the flights. And it was just then arranging the times.
So the flights are good.
And the flights are
ready.
good. And then some of the guests that are coming on the show in New York have shows and asked me to be on their show. So we're cross promoting shows, and that's going on. So of course I'm not allowed to do any scheduling.
Don't do it.
No, because people are like, oh, excuse me, would you mind doing our show? I'm like, of course I will. Sure. You got to do our show. Yes, I will. And then I tell OG, oh, by the way, and I'll send her the text. I'm like, look what I did. We got this show that I'm going to be a guest on, and we're going to make an appearance. She's like, oh, that's nice. She goes, you're already triple booked, and we're going to be flying in the air on 2 of those, different.
So unless you've mastered quantum physics, you can't be in 2 places at once.
That's okay, because I have no idea what that even means. I had general math.
Somebody here does.
Oh,
somebody in the family does.
So everybody, man, just a great time. The people, and DJ Bobby Boom is in the house. We were just talking about you. Your ears must have been ringing. But appreciate all you guys, man. And let's see, where did I miss anything or anyone? What's Amber saying? Probably feels odd being at the other end of this. Manny Vitale, your assistant needs a raise. Okay. Okay. I tell you, well, she's the admin. She runs the shit. I just like I said, my job is to look there, talking to here, and hopefully make sense. Hopefully say things that are going to make a difference, and maybe think about certain things a certain way, and maybe not think of certain things a certain way. You get people who are dealing with a lot of evil shit, man, when it comes to addiction and mental health issues, that think that they're alone. And we are all proof that no one's alone in this battle. That's addiction. It makes you feel that you're alone. And, a lot of it's up to us. We can't control anything until we control it. As I've said for myself, and I always say, I will never, ever tell anyone what to do. and you have to do this or else you won't be sober. You're fail. You have to do this program, or you have to do this, these steps, or you have to do this, or this. I'll never do that. I've had it done to me, and it was very uncomfortable. It actually pissed me off. And it was just one of those things where what we have to do is what works for us. And that's just the bottom line. Our loved ones, our family, our friends, associates who care about us, they're going to be throwing a ton of shit at us. And some of it are going to be things that people who have never had to deal with addiction, no, not in their lives, not anyone else in their family's lives. So all of a sudden they're hit with dealing with this. It's insane. So of course they're going to be, well, so and so's son had an issue and he did this and it worked for him. And I talked to his mom and they said, if you don't do this, then you're going to be in trouble and you won't be able to succeed. And that's just not the case. I've said it before. I will never, ever slam anyone's platform, organization who is here for the purpose of helping anyone and everyone when it comes to recovery, when it comes to mental health issues or anything like that. If that's your goal, is to help and support and motivate, I'm all in. I will support you 100%. But the thing is, we will never tell anyone that you have to do something. I did have someone on one time who was very adamant about their organization that they were part of, and I let him roll. Okay, cool, man. He goes, I tried other ones and it just didn't work, but I tried this one. And then all of a sudden he kind of flipped the switch. He was like, and this is the one. If you don't do this, then I'm telling you right now, you might as well just give up. You might as well just give into it. And I was just like looking at them like, you fucking crazy. I said, listen, did you not hear what you just said? You tried this, and it wasn't for you until you tried this. And now this is the only way. So, and I've had people come at me, saying, oh, that I'm not promoting this or I'm talking bad about that. No, that's not the case. And what it was talked about was they were asking about what I did and the AA with the 12 steps and all that stuff. And no, I never did anything because 5 years ago, when this happened to me in January of 2020, going into February, don't forget what happened. The world was shut down by COVID. So here I was woken up one morning by these doctors telling me that I'm going to die. Okay. Manny, you've got less than 6 weeks to live because your pancreas, kidneys, and liver are no longer functioning. That was my wake up call one morning. Me, this old dude, this doctor, just glaring at me, telling me I'm going to die. And I'm all alone in this room. And he walks out and he says, hospice is going to come in and talk to you. I ended up passing out and falling asleep. Woke up a little later on, and I wake up and his assistant, a younger female doctor who's just a sweetheart, is standing in my room and just staring at me. And as soon as I opened my eyes, she looked at me and she actually started crying. And that's when shit got real. And I was like, oh, I said, and she goes, I know that my associate was here and already talked to you. And that's when I said to her, I go, so this is real, huh? And she goes, yes, I'm so sorry. And I did say to her, I said, please, there's got to be something you could do. And she said, Manny, you've been in here for 30 days. She goes, you half of it in ICU. She goes, you've coded twice. We got you back. And she said, the whole time, your pancreas, kidneys, and liver have all been functioning, but barely. She said, unfortunately, in the last over 24 hours now, they have all completely shut down. She said, not one, all of them. Your pancreas, kidneys, and liver are no longer functioning at all. And when that happens, there's no coming back.
Dying.
And as an OG, she's an RN. She's a registered nurse. She knows this stuff. So here I am and getting hit with that. So she starts crying, and I look at her and I go, how long do I have? And she goes, she starts crying some more. She goes, you got less than 6 weeks to live. So I'm just sitting there, and hospice walks in and with her, and they start talking to me, introduce themselves, and start telling me how they're going to have me on medication. I'll be sedated. I will not be in any pain. And they're going to be there with me until my demise. So they basically were telling me how my final days were going to be until I die. So at that moment, I then had to call my mom and my family and my loved ones to make that call and say, oh, by the way, I'm going to die in 6 weeks. I mean, just think of that. How do you make that phone call? So I did. I had to call my mom. And of course, she answers the phone and she's like, oh, hi. She goes, I'm just doing some running around right now. I'll be coming up there. I'm going to go shopping. Do you need me to bring you anything? And here I am, Ma, I need you to come to the hospital now. I need to talk to you. Oh, I'll be there in a little while. No, Mom, I need you here now. She goes, I will. Geez. And so, I mean, that's something you just don't blurt over the phone. Ma, hurry up because I might be dead by the time you get here. So she finally, I can't remember, it got intense. She ended up showing up with family and friends, and they walked in. And I'm just thinking, how am I going to say this to my mother? How am I going to look at my mom in the eye and say goodbye to her while we're talking just like we are right now? So she walks in and I'm just looking at her and she goes, what is going on? And the only thing I could say was, Mom, I'm so sorry, but I have to leave you. And she's looking at me and other family and friends. And I said, there's nothing they could do. And I've got less than 6 weeks to live. So the rest of the family was being called to come in and say their goodbyes. And she didn't even blink. It was like I didn't even say it. The other family and friends were upset, obviously, and crying. Doctors coming and going, consoling people. And my mom, I tried to talk to her again, and she was like, no, that's it. She goes, it's not up to them. It's up to God. And that's it. And that's how it ended. And, next thing you know, they come in, they're taking blood to transfer to hospice. And they came in like 4 hours later with more people kind of looking at me, taking more blood, which is kind of weird to take more blood from a dying guy. And they wouldn't tell me why. And every time they come in, there were more people, to watch a blood draw. I'm like, what the shit? So this goes on for almost 7 days. Each time, every 4 hours, drawing blood, every 4 hours, more people, more doctors, all looking at me and just like, like poking at me and shit. It's like, you still alive? So finally, I'm like fed up with this shit. I was like, what is going on? I've got 6 weeks left, now 5 weeks. I want to go home. So on the 7th day, my room is full of doctors, just packed. And Dr. Deathan, this female associate, walk in, and he's just staring at me at the end of the bed. Leans over, grabs my ankle, and just staring at me. I'm like, the fuck? And he starts laughing. He freaking starts laughing and smiling and looks over at the other doctors, and they start laughing. I'm like, what the shit? I go, you evil prick. You're sending me home to die, and you're laughing at me. He continued laughing along with the whole, sidekicks over here. So finally, the associate, the younger doctor, she walks over and she was the crier. They're all laughing. She's crying. She sits down on the bed next to me, and she said, Manny, we're sending you home, but not to die. We're sending you home to live. She says, that's the reason all these people are here. That's the reason we've been poking you, taking blood every 4 hours is, we were transferring the paperwork and the lab work over to hospice care. But when we did that and they got your labs back, there was movement in all your labs, which is impossible. Once they're down, they're gone. That's it. So of course they figured it was a bad draw, so they had to redo it. When they redid it, there was even more movement in all the labs. Well, next thing you know, they're calling in these specialists and all this stuff's going on. And finally, the last day, they're all in there looking at me like some exhibit in a zoo.
Mhm.
And she tells me, sending you home to live. She said, this whole time, your organs, they failed. But what happened when they got the results back, there was movement. She goes, right now, your kidneys, pancreas, and liver are not only all functioning, but your levels are all normal. And she said, And she goes, "Oh, by the way, when we told you you had less than 6 weeks to live, that was only to give you enough fight to try to be alive for the next, so your family, so you'd be alive to say goodbye to your family." She goes, "All of us here thought you'd be dead in less than 48 hours. And here I am, a little over 5 years later, still kicking. And here I am with all of you guys, my fight, our war. And, the family, the friends, the connections, from something so evil has turned into something so beautiful, which is every single one of you. And that means the world to me, man. There's Felicity. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate that. There's my brother, King Handsome. I love you guys,
And Lori's here too.
Lori and Sniff Sniff. Uh-oh. Amber's got a cold.
Uh-oh.
My Athens, Alabama family, Lori, as always, great to see you. And let's see. Oh, this is Miss Lori and King Handsome Contretto. And that was when you get
country
and ghetto Contretto. That was Miss Lori and King Handsome going at it back and forth.
Yep.
And they made that up. So I love you guys. Let's see. Oh, but anyways, so that's that, and that's with everything that happened as far as this family, and I've had some conversations with a lot of the guests too, that the people that we've met through here, all of you, and not only that, but the connections from other organizations that we've been so blessed to be part of now, and it's like the extended family. It's just like basically your extended family at home. All of you, man, are extended family, and all of the organizations are extended family. Yeah, we all got different names. I mean, we've got My Fight Our War, you've got AA, Al-Anon, you've got, all of them that are out there with just so many people that are doing so many amazing things to help. And it's just all one big family. So very blessed, man.
You see what Lori wrote? King Handsome is woe, winning over everything, and she's low, love over everything. Nice. I like that.
Where'd she put that?
Here she is. Yeah.
Love over everything. Lori, you're amazing, man. I can't wait to see you guys and everyone in Athens, Alabama. And Felicity, love you. And we're all going to we got some traveling. Actually, in August, it's going to be myself. Who's August? Skylar Ray, Kayla, King Handsome, Benjamin Lerner, DJ Bobby Boom. Am I missing someone? If I'm missing anyone, I apologize. This is the event for Coach Tony.
August 31st.
August 31st in New Milford, Connecticut. And Tony Morrissey for it's right there, the Brian Cody's Brothers and Sister Foundation. And that's what I mean, man, about this. It's just, you get all these people who are doing amazing things. And it's like, hey, listen, we're having this event. We'll be there. We're going to support you. We're going to support your family. We're going to support the community. Okay, so what happens then? Lori, I'm having an event in June in Athens, Alabama. We'll be there. And that's what family does, man. If you need us, we're there. And, sometimes it's just in words and prayers, and that's great. The positive thoughts and prayers, they're needed all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
But when you have a chance to be physically involved, and like I said, having the opportunity to go to Athens and Alabama, to be able to see Lori and the rest of the family there, and just to be able to sit there and give you a big old hug and
get all that good energy.
That positive energy, and just the just the love that we all have, and the support and the motivation. and you could feel it. It's just contagious, and that's what we have. So we'll be seeing Lori in June. We'll be seeing Coach in August, and then we're going to
Mhm.
be popping to Connecticut the end of March, the end of this month, in a couple of weeks.
We're seeing a lot of coaches' friends.
Yeah, with
He's
Coach.
sending us friends.
Yes, we have.
So we're adding to the family. We don't even
And-
know these people yet, but we're adding to the
And the
family.
thing is, with all the names right now, so far I've only got the first names right now. We got Anna and Rick and Mona and Ethan.
That's all I know. That's all I remember.
From Coach Tony in I almost said Athens,
New
and,
Milford.
New Milford, Connecticut, that we'll be working with and doing events with. And Anna will, we're going to be doing a lot with her as well. And I'm going to, once I get all of her information, and like I said, this literally happened right before we went live.
Mhm.
So, that's why I don't have everything there, because usually OG has everything. And for her to be sitting there going, oh, so
I hear the names. I know nothing about them
so
yet. Yet.
That's why. It's because it happened just before going live.
Mhm.
But that's okay. But other than that,
You're hungry?
I'm hungry. And other
Uh-huh.
than that, I think that's all we got. But we are going to go, as far as I know, unless something changes. Music and Mayhem will be rescheduled till tomorrow night, and we will pop on at
7
ish.
p.m. ish.
7 p.m. Eastern time ish. Because I have to give little leeway. These guys, I'm always boom right on time. You tell me 7, I am there, man. I'll be there 6:58. Just wait, just like this until it go live. These other ones, it's like, hello, we gonna do the show or not? People are waiting.
That's my job. Hello, let's go. I'm a time freak. That's from working in the surgery for out in the operating room for years. If you're supposed to be somewhere at 7 and you're at 7:01, you're late.
Okay, now what? Ish was my Detroit married name. So you were married ish. So you're Lori-ish.
Lori-ish.
Lori-ish. Man, there's so many things I can say right now.
We got things to say.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna.
Things to learn when we get down to Alabama.
God. What's this? Hold on. I'm not sharing.
Aw. She loves us so much already.
Wait a minute. I want a Dubs burger. And plus got to find out where I'm going for lunch.
Probably the Dubs.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me. Felicity going to try to make it out there. That would be amazing. The more the merrier, man. It's going to be a party. So actually, Felicity, if you can help, that would be so much better, because as we were rattling off all of us who are going to be there, I can't remember if it was Tyler or who it was that said about all of us being in one place at the same time. And, it may have been Tyler. He said he's looking forward to meeting us in person.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I just can't wait to meet you guys in person. He goes, the way you guys are virtually, just the energy and the way we get along and all that, just the intensity. He goes, I can only imagine what it's going to be like. And I go, oh, just wait, just wait. And then as the list started to grow, King Handsome, Benjamin Lerner, possibly Matt Keegan, all these other ones, possibly Felicity, DJ Bobby Boom, the people that are going to be there. It's just like, so I'm just sitting there like this going, ooh. And I looked over and I go,
have name badges.
I looked over at OG and I just said, oh, we going to jail.
Oh, yeah.
Because I started thinking,
I'm going to be
it just came out.
Bail money.
Yeah, because I was thinking about, like, in my past, man, when I got a bunch of
rowdy
people that were
people
close to me and we were going to all be at the same place, it was just like, oh, shit. I mean, I knew it was going to be off the hook. I knew it was going to be insane and fun and crazy, but I also knew it was going to come with a price, man. And I'm talking back in the crazy days, man, riding with the club and stuff like that. But even just other things, just like a Tuesday, it was just like, okay, well, when did all this shit happen? It was like, well, just another Tuesday, And that happened with Dan and Donna from Hard Knocks. God bless them, man. They were the first live show that I ever did, and the first promo that I ever did. And
That
I'm
was
sitting
good.
there
That was
and we're
good.
talking. And he goes, "Well, what was your day like? I mean, just starting out." I'm like, because I didn't know what a promo was. I'm like, I don't fucking know what's a promo. He goes, just give like detail, it's like a car crash. Like you're talking about up to that point, and then you stop right before it so people will want to watch. Okay. He goes, well, just say what your day's like and something like that. I go, well, shit. So also the camera start. And I'm like, well, my day usually starts. So I get up and, I throw on my jeans and my leather and I put my 40 cal on my hip, a 38 in my vest, a knife in my boot, jump on my Harley to do as much fucking chaos as I could. And I was just talking and I go, that has come with a price. I've been numerous fights, numerous altercations, shootings, stabbings. It was an altercation where his gun was shoved in my face, trigger was pulled, and now I got a plate under my eye. Less than a year later, I got stabbed with a razor knife right down the side of the face. Same side, same eye. Uh, you name it. I mean, nose broke more times than I can count. All this shit. And Dan and Donna from Hard Knocks come on and they're just kind of like staring at me into the camera and they're like, that's it. And they're like, you the way you talk about that, there's just like, I go, oh, that was just another
day.
Tuesday. I go, does that? I go, that's like normal. Doesn't that happen to everybody? And
Read
Donna's like, no.
Read Tiana Newbill.
Hey. Oh, hey, brother. I'm here fixing to have dinner with Skylar, Kayla, and Kalichi.
Woohoo!
Well, now, my brother Kalichi, Skylar, Ray, Kayla, and Ty, God bless you, man. Tell them all I said hello. I didn't have all the info, but I was talking about it every time I went live today about the show together. And God bless you. I love you guys, man. So I'm sure they're absolutely amazing, and looking forward to hearing all about it. And Ty, I miss you, man. I know there was a lot going on, so hit me up when you got time. We can chit chat and catch up on everything that's happening. But please, let Skylar, Kayla, and Kalichi know that love them, miss them, and looking forward to a lot more going on in the future. I was just telling everybody about us all getting together in Connecticut. So hopefully, I know Kalichi's booked up, but hopefully we can all get together sometime soon. So Ty, I love you, man. And hit us up if you need. Check your cell. I sent you a picture. Was that to me or okay? I will definitely do that. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. What's this?
That's great.
And Kayla, she's as beautiful and talented as always. I was just talking about her and Skylar with their music. It is just insanely good, man. I sit there, the first time I heard them, I remember looking at OG and I literally had my phone and I was just like, are you listening to this? Because when I get going, especially before a show, I get really amped up and I pace. I'm all over the place, and she's just sitting there. She's oh yeah, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, and then I'll be like right in her face again. I'm like, and then I'll be walking away, and I'm like, look at this. I go, now we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Now this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start another show, and I go, by the way, you're in charge of that too. So Amber, you're right. The admin needs a raise. But what was this? Oh, wait a minute. King Handsome. Amber. I will big love to you and OG. Well, and right back at you, man. Right back at you. Nothing but mad talent there for sure. And not only that, man, as far as their music, but the talent and the love and the motivation, just like with Benjamin Lerner. With what they do, just their music alone, and I've said this before, and this goes for all of them, that with the recovery and all that, as far as the support and motivation that their music brings to people, that no one would blame you guys that if you just put your music out there and did your tour and your events and your concerts, and that was it. You did your thing and you kind of lived your life as best you could. No one would blame you for that, man. But that's not what you do, man. All of you, from like I said, everyone I just mentioned, King Handsome, Kalichi, Benjamin Lerner, Matt Keegan, Skylar Ray, Kayla, all of you guys, man. Ty, every one of you, you give more than just your music. You give of yourself, and that's just it means so much. Your music touches so many people in so many different ways that would be enough for a lot of them. And then on top of that, you sit there and you respond and you talk, and that means so much to them. I watch. Like with Benjamin, man, when you're doing your show, your gig on Wednesdays, and I see the people in the post, and it's like you can see their faces by the words they're typing, and just the joy and happiness that you guys bring to everybody. So you guys are all doing so much, and it is such an honor to be in the same circle with you guys. And if there's anything I can do, or OG or any of us, man, you can count on us. We are in. My man, King Handsome. I know you got a lot going on, and we're family. We stick together. So, King Handsome, you need anything at all, brother, you give us a holler. Sending all of our best from My Fight, Our War, and all of us everywhere to you.
Love to Jazz.
And to Jazz, because King Handsome is going.
He's got a baby shower this Sunday. All right.
Because him and Jazz are having a baby on April the 20th.
I believe it's the 20th.
Is it the 20th, I believe, or 21st?
20th, I think.
I cannot be reading this right. I know I'm not reading
Lori
this
wants
right.
to come to Detroit.
I know I'm not reading that.
It's too cold
right.
here for you, baby.
She's like, I know when you got that little bit of snow and stuff, screw this. In fact, you're the one telling me that you're going to kidnap me and keep me in warm southern Alabama. I was right. Look at that.
420. Very good.
April the 20th. Have a beautiful baby, man. I'm so happy. I tell you, Jazz is so beautiful, man.
She's gorgeous.
They were sitting there, and there was a picture. Was it a picture or was it
of her?
No, we were going live one time, and before we went live, King Handsome's just kind of sitting there. We're talking, and Jazz came up. He goes, "Look at this, look at this." And he was sitting there, and he was just rubbing her belly, man. It was the most beautiful picture, and the smile on their faces. You could just King Handsome. He was glowing, and Jazz was just glowing with that natural beauty, anyways, man. But you could just, that picture alone. I mean, family. Family. It was right there, and so God bless you, man. I am so looking forward to, like I said, all of us finally meeting in person. And King Handsome put it best was before we leave, because we're all going to be there together, and we're going to get together. We're going to have a meal together. And it's going to be just us. This is after the event's over, after the highs, the how you doings, the meet and greets, and after that's done, before we all go our separate ways, just to have that moment in time,
family together,
where it's going to be just us, and that's going to mean everything to me. We can get our own pictures together and just our own time, just to to share that bond that I've been so blessed to have with all you guys. The baby gonna
have a lot of hair.
That baby gonna have a lot of hair.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jacqueline. I still love that, Jacqueline. She remembered that. What about the seeing eye dog for the pilot?
Yeah.
See, and I forget I do shit like that. And I just wonder why these people are all looking at me stupid. I'm like, the hell are you looking at me like I'm crazy? You just said that they're trying to track down the pilot seeing eye dog. Well, they are. That's what really gets them. And they're like, that one lady, she's like, did he really just say? Yeah. He just said that
that's okay.
They're looking for the pilot seeing eye dog. And he's not laughing. Oh, man. I tell you, this, I absolutely love doing this stuff, man. It's going live. When I see that blue or whatever, where it says go live, when I see it turn red, I know it's showtime, and I know it's time to see you guys, and it means everything. So what we will do is we're going to keep you updated with this new addition to the family, which is insane. Within the calls that we made, the contacts that we
still have calls to make tonight.
We got to talk ASAP.
Oh,
okay. What did I do now?
You're in trouble now.
I'm always in trouble. So we will chit chat, and we'll give you all the updates
tomorrow night.
7 p.m. ish. Music and Mayhem with myself and the one and only Skylar Ray. We can hear all about the show with him and Kayla and Kalichi.
And the dinner they just
and
had.
the dinner with Ty and everyone else, man. So you guys have a great night, man. And for everyone who is on, thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing some of your night
Mwah.
with us. We love you guys, man. So until next time, keep fighting that good fight.